Western Ghats experiences land degradation due to population pressure, which leads to intense land use, deforestation, and terrain alteration without proper management practices. The expanded use of marginal steep land in mountainous region can accelerate soil erosion and will lead to aggravated environmental degradation. For sustainable agriculture, production, scientific management of natural resources, namely soil and water, are essential. Use of grasses for soil conservation is gaining importance in this region. Vegetative barriers, also known as live bunds, are closely spaced plantation, usually of a few rows of grasses or shrubs grown along the contour for erosion control in agricultural fields. Vegetative barriers technology is highly beneficial for marginal and small farmers since it is cost effective and easier to establish. Use of vetiver grass, lemongrass, and Malabar grass in slopy land and hybrid Napier fodder grass on bench terrace, riser or bund is recommended. Use of grasses as vegetative barrier is most common, but mixed vegetative barrier using 2 rows of pineapple and 1 row of grasses like Guatemala or hybrid Napier is recommended by ICAR-IISWC Udhagamandalam in plantation crops in the Western Ghat region. This mixed vegetative barrier ought to be established in 1 to 1.5 meter vertical interval for higher income and controlling soil erosion. In Nilgiris, in slopy agricultural lands, without conservation measures, it has been estimated that 40 tons of soil per hectare per year is lost through erosion. Hence, bench terracing has been recommended in areas of slope ranging from 8 to 33% and has been observed to reduce the runoff by 50% and soil loss by 98% of that from fields put to up and down cultivation with crops like potato. Bench terraces can be formed either by mechanical means using JCB, through cut and fill, or using vegetative barriers. In mechanical methods of bench terrace making, investment cost is high and there will be initial yield reduction due to soil disturbances. ICAR-IISWC Udhagamandalam has developed technology for formation of terraces naturally using fodder grass species released by Department of Forage Crops, Tamil Nadu Agricultural University, and promoted under DBT sponsored Kisan Hub project. Formation of bench terraces using vegetative barrier is cheap and terraces will be formed stage by stage without disturbance of topsoil, and hence there won't be in any yield reduction as in the case of mechanical terraces. To form vegetative terraces, contour bunds at a vertical interval of 1.5 meters are to be marked by using a frame across the slopes. For vegetative barrier, tall, stiff and quick growing grass species like Guatemala grass or hybrid Napier grass are used. To establish the vegetative barriers, 2 budded CO4 or CO5 varieties of hybrid grass are to be planted in 2 rows in staggered manner as a spacing of 50 cm into 50 cm. After establishment of a vegetative barrier, up and down cultivation of various vegetable crops should be done in the inner barrier area, which will facilitate downward movement of soil towards the barrier and deposition there. Following these practices for a period of 3 to 5 years, level terraces are formed with a vegetative barrier on riser portion. The advantages of forming terraces through vegetative barriers are, apart from a reduction in soil loss and runoff, there is an increase in yield of vegetable crops like potato, carrot, cabbage to the tune of 15 to 20%. Also from the vegetative barriers of hybrid Napier grass, an average fodder yield of 15 to 63 tons per hectare can be obtained. This technology has been successfully demonstrated in farmer field of this region, and more farmers are adopting, and the grass slips supply are ensured by ICAR Research Center Udhagamandalam.
எங்களுக்கு ஒரு ரெக்கமெண்ட் பண்ணாங்க. ஆக்சுவலா ICAR சாயில் கன்சர்வேஷன் இன்ஸ்டிடியூட்ல ஊட்டி அங்கிருந்து எங்களுக்கு ஒரு ரெக்கமெண்ட் கொடுத்தாங்க. ஆக்சுவலா என்னன்னா கோ5ங்கிற ஒரு கிராஸ் போட்டீங்கன்னா உங்களுக்கு அந்த போற மண் அரிப்பை தடுக்கும், பிளஸ் உங்களுக்கு மாடு இருந்துச்சுனால அதுக்கு பெட்டரா இருக்கும்னு சொல்லி சொன்னாங்க எங்கள்கிட்ட. நாங்க ஒரு 1 இயர் ஆச்சு இது போட்டதுல எங்களுக்கு ஒரு 6 மந்த்லயே இதுக்குண்டான ரிசல்ட் தெரிஞ்சிச்சு. என்னன்னு கேட்டீங்கன்னா மண் அரிப்பு சுத்தமா கிடையாது அந்த இடத்துல. ஏன்னா அந்த இடத்துல ஒரு டேரஸ் மாதிரி ஆயிப்போச்சு. செகண்ட் திங் என்னன்னு கேட்டீங்கன்னா எங்கள்கிட்ட எஸ்டேட்டுக்கு ஒரு 5 மாடு இருக்கு. அந்த மாட்டுக்கு எங்களுக்கு ஒரு நல்ல தீவனமா இருக்கு. இதுல மாடுகள் நல்ல ஹெல்த்தியாவும் இருக்கு, நல்ல பால் கறவையும் இருக்குங்க. தேங்க்யூ ஃபார் ICAR Soil Conservation Institute. Thank you so much.
These grasses are not only useful in vegetative terrace formation, but also can be used for bench terrace riser stabilization, which is formed through mechanical means. Farmers tend to make these risers as vertical as possible to accommodate more crop rows and to clean the weeds on the risers, due to which the risers become unstable. While forming the inward sloping bench terraces mechanically, the risers of the bench terraces are to be provided with a slope of 0.5:1 or 1:1. 2 budded hybrid Napier grass slips can be planted at a spacing of 50 cm into 50 cm in 2 or 3 parallel rows on the risers, leaving a spacing of 30 cm at the top and bottom of the riser. It will help in effective utilization of leached nutrients and stabilization of terrace riser. Green fodder yield of 15 to 20 ton per hectare from risers of 1 hectare bench terraced area can be obtained. Hence, no need to allot separate area for fodder cultivation. This technology has been successfully demonstrated in farmers' field of this region, and more farmers are adopting, and the grass slips supply are ensured by ICAR Research Center Udhagamandalam.